Hello, beautiful soul. Welcome to your monthly oracle card reading for July 2023. We have a whole slew of cards that are happening this month. There was one that came out. It is card number 5, and this is an indigo border. It says conflict and defeat. And the next card that was on top of the deck was number 8, and it says accelerated motion. I then looked at the bottom of the deck to see what kind of energy was supporting this, because this is, again, unfamiliar energy to me. And so the first card that was underneath at the bottom of the deck was Stand Your Ground, card number 7. And the second one underneath of that was Rest and Rejuvenation, card number 4. These are incredible cards. We're going to dive into this a little bit more in detail. If you'll notice, the numbers are 5, 4, 7, and 8. And there's 2 of each color of border. So there's 2 indigos and 2 violet borders. So I'll explain a little bit more in the written section of what the border colors mean and what the numbers mean. But for now, let's talk about the energy for the month of July and what these cards represent about that energy. So as always, I was asking what energies are available to us for the month. If you'll look at the first card that came out, this is card number 5, conflict and defeat, not to be taken as concern or cause for worry. When you look at that card and you pair it with the information that I was receiving beforehand, so I was being told that there's not enough light and there's too much darkness, and literally, like, the skies are dark, and that there's more light being brought in because we need to create balance or a shift is occurring. And there was also the sense that everything was happening in waves. So there'll be wave after wave of new experiences. When you look back at this card again, you'll see that the light is all around this person, and he's actually moving towards the candlelight. So this resonates with the message of bringing in more light. So for you personally, for the month of July, you're going to want to look at ways in which to bring in more light and more levity for you at this time. Naturally, here where I am, there is a lot more light than throughout the rest of the year. So if that's the case for you, taking advantage of that time and getting outside and getting more light in, shifting through what might be heavier energies for you. Maybe you're experiencing something that feels like a conflict or a defeat. But when we get into the light, when we're recharging ourselves in the sun, we're able to shift our perspective because energetically we're shifting our bodies. And the sun just makes everything feel so much lighter. And so you get to have a new perspective and find new pathways of dealing with what might be a conflict or appear to be a defeat. Everything is an opportunity to learn and grow. That is the essential message for card number 5, conflict and defeat. So the other energies available to us for this month is accelerated motion, emotions too. Accelerated motion, it just feels good when we even say those words. This is really about taking action and moving, or not even like taking action, but just like going, doing and being, and allowing for the flow, to go with the flow, to just allow the momentum to carry you forward. So again, these cards tie in perfectly to one another. If there's a challenge or something that appears as conflict, there is the opportunity to go with the flow and have accelerated motion or momentum with an idea or a new perspective that might be present for you as you've taken time to bring in more light. The cards underneath supporting this energy for July 2023 is Stand Your Ground, card number 7. This is really about holding your boundaries and honoring them for yourself. When we hold a boundary, it really is for us. It's not for the other people, because it's giving us a protection for personal, physical, mental, and emotional boundaries or fence lines that we will tolerate or not tolerate. And so it's important that we start examining our boundaries. Maybe there's something that needs adjusting. Maybe it's time to recalibrate. The summer is really a season of growth and renewal, so it would make sense that this is also a really great time to examine where you've changed and where you've grown, and where maybe you need to be more vocal than you have been, and just really standing your ground on what works for you and what is going to be in your highest and best. Because when you're operating from that place, then everything else falls into line for you beautifully, perfectly, and exactly as it should. So I hope you've enjoyed those oracle messages. There's more in the write-up, so go ahead and read what has been written that I've shared about these cards. And until next month, take care, and I hope you have a beautiful July.